Oh my God, that's a reach. I agree with
You
you
don't
that you
even
should
have
be
to.
trying to keep the
You don't even
excitement.
have to really like have a separate place. Like you guys can get suites out of town, or you can. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do what is in your financial perimeter. Like we may can't get a condo somewhere, but you can be like, babe, I booked this suite. Just pull up. You know what I'm saying? Like just like keep it interesting. Keep it. You know.
But
I
what if
think
you can
Carrie secretly
permanently do
agree.
it?
Carrie, I think you secretly agree.
If you can permanently do it, like say get another property and then just have an
What you
extra
doing
property.
there?
Everybody want
She
to build
secretly
a real
agree.
estate portfolio. Like I wouldn't say no to that. You can rent
Yeah,
it
you gotta
out if
open up your
somebody
mind, Carrie. Y'all got listen. I want y'all to work on Carrie. I want y'all to work on her and convince her of
Me and
being a
Carrie
wife.
I have
lockstep.
no
Fuck
listen.
you
I
niggas.
wish. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let my husband see this. I hope he comes in and says, "I'm gonna get us a." He can no. He's gonna get him a spot somewhere wherever y'all go get y'all spots. As long as I have access to it when I need to go to it or when I'm supposed, then fine. I don't care.
No, no, no,
And
no,
as
no.
long,
Your
Control
and
spot
thing.
as
is
long as I can
Control
send the
thing.
kids there sometimes too,
no. Your spot
I have
is
no
your
problem.
spot is no, 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 no. Your spot is that is where you at.
I think it's a control thing for Carrie. Carrie, is it a
Your
control thing?
spot
You
is where
want
you
to
at.
have
Listen,
control?
There we
here's the thing.
go.
I'm like, yo,
Carrie, I'm not with
when
these
we
people.
decided to have
Thank you.
multiple different spaces, I let her go in, and then she just completely
You let
redid the
her?
bedroom the way that she wanted to do it. It's all her. It's all, everything that's over there is her, and then my space is all me. And we got two different personalities, all of that, and so it's exciting. And then
in my
No,
head,
I
I don't
think
care
that's
how much you
dope.
call it yours. It's ours in my head. You can say it's your space,
Thank
your
you.
condo, your this. And as
Thank
long as
you.
I'm married to you, your resources are mine. Call it what you want.
yeah, you got this. You got
Exactly.
access to resources. You can still do what you want to do. Listen, I'm gonna buy you a car based off of your personality. All of that. Just
What?
That sounds like she's gonna get a lemon if you don't like her
Right,
at
like
all.
what does that mean?
You got a
my,
you got
my
a
point
Honda
is that
personality.
listen. I think
You got
that
a
the problem
Honda
with
ass
couples a lot of
personality,
times.
nigga.
I think that the problems with couples around a lot of times is that they spend so much time trying to merge instead of they don't really understand what the purpose of being one is. They spend so much time trying to merge, and in that merging process, you're literally trying to change the other person or force them to adapt to your lifestyle. You're taking two grown adults that have been trained differently, lived differently, got different habits and all of that. And because most people need each other's resources, which is one of the reasons why they get married in the first place, similar to what Quentin was saying, what happens is they force each other in each other's spaces instead of naturally evolving together. And it's a difference because then there's a lot of storming, there's a lot of norming. It's very difficult for people to try to figure out whether or not they live together. That's why you see people say that you should live together before you get married and all of that stuff. And it is a big difference. And so, because people have already programmed themselves to think a certain type of way, they force themselves into each other's lives and they look at it as, well, I want to just do this just because I'm doing it. But they're not open minded to the possibility of why that makes people uncomfortable and why it's unnatural and why you should evolve to think beyond that. And so normally people start to lean into the insecurity mode and they say, oh, no, I don't know where you at or whatever, instead of leaning into the opportunity of still being in that date mode while you're just naturally evolving because you have the option to do what you want to do when you want to do it. And so people just automatically go into that mindset. And it's sad. It's very sad because they already got it made up in their mind what should be instead of looking at what could be based off of what you want and what your preferences are, what your honest to God preferences are, not what you expect to do once you get married based off of something that was taught to you. It's stupid that people get that mindset because they're not open. Every situation should be different. Every situation, every living arrangement, it don't make you less married at all. At all. It doesn't make you any less married than the next person that's next to you. And as a matter of fact, there's people that's not even married. And one of the reasons that they get along better than some of these married couples is because they have not got comfortable with trying to force each other in each other's faces, but instead they just letting themselves naturally evolve together. And that's why you got to start the dating process once you get married, not when you're not together, which then people be together forever and then they get married and then divorce the next year. because they've already started programming themselves to think based off of what was programmed into them instead of what the opportunities that come along with how you can then benefit from the marriage instead of trying to figure out how we can merge it based off of what grandmama and granddaddy did. It's stupid. It's very, very dumb. But I think people need to open up their minds. They need to dream together. They need to ask each other, hey, what do you want? What would you do? Ask your man and be open to it, and don't start getting a bad attitude when he starts telling you, what would you do if we wasn't together? What would that life look like? And then try to craft that for him. Not necessarily verbatim, because y'all may not even be in that financial space yet, but crafting that space or that mindset to give him that freedom. He will love you like forever.
Yeah.
Give me an example. I love when you give examples. So give an example of a response that a man might give to his woman if she asks that question.
He might say that, I wish I could just, hang out and come home when I want to. Right. I wish I could, not be restricted to, I wish I could go out to eat every day or something, like just something simple. He might start off with something very simple until he get comfortable with you. Right. But then he might say, you know what, I want my own space to create. Or, I wish I could just go out of town and hang out by myself sometimes because, I want to like he will go back to the thing that he was doing before he got with you.
Yeah.
Because now a lot of times women have created the prisons for men to exist in instead of letting them thrive and then letting them figure it out together.
What?
If I could add to that,
women create a space a prison for men to exist in. And usually what happens is as a compromise, they'll say you can have a man cave in the basement or a man cave in the garage or some shit. And so they take a part of the home that he paid for and they relegate him to it and they expect him to be happy living in that prison with no fucking windows in the basement, and then they think that shit is cool. That ain't cool. You don't want to be there, and now you got to go down there and escape you.
What?
But if you gave him the freedom to be able to thrive, he would love you more. He would actually be home more instead of staying at work longer.
Most women don't even know the guy that they're with.
See, for me, knowing that I got another place. And usually I only use that other place to like create or whatever, or to crash out at. I can't wait to get home now. I can't wait to come over here. Now I'm looking forward to it because I'm like, oh man, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been working all day. I can't wait to get to it. But it's because subconsciously I know I have the freedom to do what I want to do. So I choose to be with you. I'm not forced to be with you. See, when I'm forced to have to come home to you because I don't have no other option, it's different than when I choose to come home to you because I'm looking forward to seeing you. Y'all don't really listen to men, and a lot of times y'all relegate them to suffering through it instead of having the opportunity to choose you for it. It's a difference. It's a completely different thing.
Who's forcing him to come home? Like, where else you gonna go when it's time? Like, what?
See what I'm saying?
You don't have a space to go.
I'm just saying, like, who's forcing
I get what Anton's saying.
Yeah.
I get what Anton's saying.
Go ahead.
Cause like I was just I should have had the screenshot. There was a screenshot on Facebook where this guy was like the text thread was out. He had asked his wife, he was like, hey, I got you and the kids everything they wanted for Christmas. I just need maybe 2 or 3 days by myself in a room. You'll have access to me, you'll know where I am. And she went on a whole rampage. Like, what are you saying? Why you have to be away from us? Why you want to get a room? I'm like, dang, like you missed the whole opportunity to let that man get his mental together. Like, if he needed space away from you, he like she internalized it. She took it personal. He didn't say, I'm going to go here. You won't know where I'm at. He said, you'll know where I'm at. You'll have access to me. I just need to get away. She could have easily took that as an opportunity, drop the kids off, pop up, handle him, leave him, then go back home. Like it could have been so much bigger than what she made it. And I was like, I can see why he want to get away, because the way you handled this text message thread, it was crazy. Like she literally was forcing him to not have a mental break. So I get what Anton's saying. It's really happening out here. Some women don't want men to be out of their sight. Like he can't probably go to the bar. It's women out here like that. Not all of them,
let
but
that man do it. He
really
ain't even interested in talking to nobody else. He ain't interested in cheating. I text my chick yesterday what was yesterday? Sunday? Yeah, I texted her yesterday because I was down at the studio and I was working. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be I think I'm gonna stand down here tonight. And she was like, oh, okay, we'll just, make sure that you're safe and make sure that your door is locked because, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to give a bunch of details or whatever. I wound up just going home. I'm like, you know what? I just really want to be up under, because, I had been working and I didn't feel like driving because I had to come right back down there in order to do all of the stuff that I had to do in the morning. But I'm like, man, I want to just go home. I just felt like it just because. But see, it's because it's not a situation where it was like, you know what I'm saying? That I felt like I had to go there. It's because I chose to, which made it much more enjoyable when I got there.
But my thing is why is that not the situation all the time? Like, who is telling their man, you better come home? Like, that's what I'm trying to understand. Where are these women that are forcing their man to come home?
Well, there are some. It's not so that they're forcing. It's not necessarily that they're forcing. It's because like they know that their husband's work schedule is I don't know 9 to 5. Depending on traffic, it'll take like 35 minutes. So he should be home by X time. And so if literally, it's X time plus 1, it'll be like, where are you? You're supposed to be here because X, Y, and Z. So
yeah, I said, I think I'm gonna crash out down here tonight.
You even have an hour break without having contact. Like,
I said, I need some time to work. And then she said, okay, have a good night. And I said, you know what? I'll probably just be home tonight. And she said, do what you feel is best. Always follow whatever it is that your first mind is. Literally. And then I'm like, all right, cool. So then I wound up just coming to the crib.
Right. But
it literally says that word for word. Word for word, it says that.
Right. But I don't think that there was anything like that. That's different. That seems fine. I don't like who is making their, you said women are making their homes into, what'd you say, jail or prisons and like who's doing, if that's what your woman is doing, y'all got a bigger issue.
Whoever is
looking at this right now,
you have a bigger issue. Like
whoever is looking at this right now is doing who's doing it.
Gary, let me ask you a question.
I'm definitely not doing that, huh?
Gary,
yes.
If as a man,
I just found that text thread. What I just found the text
was
thread
talking.
Let me see. Anton, what's your email? I just found that text thread I was talking about the guy.
I don't think she
Anton Daniels 413@gmail.com.
I don't think she heard of. Go ahead.
Oh, they said that they couldn't see it. I'll show it again. I had no problem with that.
Go ahead.
My camera was flipped.
Okay, we don't want to.
I mirrored my camera and let me do it again.
We don't want to see it.
What was
You said
413?
Oh, 1.
Bring your ass home, nigga. You did this to me last night.
What was your question, Jack?
All right. So I was just okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's a concept of fear and control, right?
You're thinking
He's
what?
telling you, huh?
You're thinking what is the concept of fear and control?
The whole idea he has to come home, or why should we have double house? Why we have? And I'm saying this respectfully. If Anton is telling you that this is what a lot of times the man will tell a woman, this is what I want, and why do you want this? Why do you want this? Why is that okay? Why? He's telling you those extra days, or that the fact that she was so how do I say supportive and not combative, it made him not even want to do the thing that he thought he wanted to do. I think, man, I'm tired, man. I want to just crash out and just fall back, and I don't even want to drive. But the sweetness of that woman made him be like, I bet I'm gonna be more happy with her. He's telling you that. And I'm saying this respectfully. And you're saying, why?
No, I'm not. No. We got to get this right. Get this right. Because Carrie didn't say that. I didn't say why. I didn't say that. I said, who are these women who are forcing their men to come home and turning their homes into prisons? I'm saying, I don't see how that's the case. I don't see anything wrong with what Rita said to Anton and what Anton said to Rita. So that's not me.
Well, let me tell you what happens.
Go ahead.
What happens is this: most men live in a house and they got the smallest part of the closet, right?
How do you know that?
No, that's
I'm a
true.
man.
Come on,
You
Carrie.
just said most
Come
men.
on, Carrie.
You
Because
just
I'm a
said
man.
most
I've been a
men.
man my whole life. What are you talking about? How do I
Come
know?
on, Carrie.
You
I
said
got my
most
own
men.
closet.
You
That's
said
true,
most.
Carrie.
Am I?
You
Hey,
said
Chad, am I wrong? Am I wilding?
who are the most? You said most men live in a house where they have this small amount of space. How much space does the mom have? Does the wife have?
Come on,
All
if
of
he
it.
got the small space,
Don't
the rest
say
of the
come
space.
on, because what you have to remember here is I'm a wife and I'm married, and that's not the scenario for my husband and I. The friends that I have, the people that I know.
You're making it personal, though.
No.
But go ahead, finish.
I never really understand when we have these conversations and we say we're not going to get personal, but all of us use our personal experience for our premise of thought. So I don't really subscribe to the don't get personal, but in my opinion, based off of what I have experienced, the people who I know, the married couples who I know, that's not my reality. So the only reason I'm challenging you saying most men is because in my world, that's not the case for most men. In fact, a lot of the men that I know who have houses, they have a space for them. I don't know a lot of women with women caves. I know a lot of men with men.
The whole house is your cave. The whole house is your cave. What are you talking about?
Married? Are you married? Do y'all have kids?
3 of them, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Most of the rooms in your house, do your kids get to go into?
Yes, they have access to all.
Is there a space? Is there a space in your house just for your wife?
The whole house, sir. I just pay.
The house ain't for her.
I sleep here. I pay. I sleep here.
Carrie. If I showed you
that nigga's in his man cave right now with them blue ass
exactly. You see all the
walls.
stuff behind him?
Hold on. First of all, don't play with me. I'm in my office.
Your office or you in your wife's office?
No. I'm in my office. You see that gentleman right there? That's me. I'm in my office. Y'all see?
Oh, okay. So you got a whole office to yourself.
You said you got a whole office.
But I'm a content creator. I'm a content creator.
You got a whole office to yourself, sir.
I'm a content creator. This is my space.
Listen, Carrie.
My space with
What used to be my office over there, that's a separate space where she got clothes and stuff at now.
I'm sorry. Listen, y'all, great deal of respect for all y'all. Y'all not gonna convince me of this one, and I don't think you're gonna convince many women.
Carrie, you know
many
that.
I think it's true. I honestly think it's true. My parents.
Shout out to the chat.
No, Carrie, I think it's true. My parents were married for what, like 24 years until they got a divorce. My mom had 3 closets, literally, and it's. So I think women get a lot more in the house than men.
Man. Some things aren't even like, okay, anyways, I think that a lot of it is about control and fear, right? Well, why does he have this space? Why does he here? Why does he want days off? Why does he want days away from me? Like Anton's telling us, the fact that he was able to do that was it made him miss his wife, his family, everything even more. That should have motivated. If I'm a woman, I'm listening. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should. Imagine my husband or my wife, whatever, being so excited to come and see me. That should be more motivating.